You all are all aware that elections around the corner. By the next year, the Nagaland Vidhan Sabha elections will happen, and so we are setting the ground to preparing for it. And this is one of the reasons why I am here. I've been directed by the National President Congress MLA. He was supposed to come here, but he is very busy in the Manipur elections, which is ongoing right now. And that's why I'm here to take stock of the ground situation of the organizational structure also, and at the same time seeing how our strategy can be fine-tuned for the coming Vidhan Sabha elections. So this is the reason of my visit here.
How do you find your party's strength in Nagaland at present?
Well, we are fairly new to the state of Nagaland. We came here last elections, prior to last elections, we came here, and we also put up our candidates here last time. I presume we had set up around 24 candidates, and fortunately, we had also won 2 elected legislators in the last assembly election. But unfortunately, जो राजनीति का दस्तूर है, we lost them. But with a renewed energy और ऊर्जा से, we are trying to push more ahead so that in the coming elections we get more bigger footprints. And it is now time that we really start looking into our strategy, that we really look into Nagaland, because Nagaland is very important for the, not just for the NPP, but for the whole northeast region. The state of Nagaland is very important because we realize that the people of Nagaland asserts their regional identity with religious vigor. They are very independent people. They love their culture. संस्कृति जो है उनके साथ जुड़ा रहता है, जड़ से जुड़ा रहता है. Whether it's your land, whether it's your forest, whether it's your resources, संसाधन जो होता है, you are totally attached with your land. And this is what we see, what we have seen in the past 4 to 5 years, that the regional identity of every state needs a common platform. While there are regional parties in Nagaland that is ruling the government since the last 20 to 20 plus years, you have the NPF and you have the NDPP regional forces out here, but their presence is contained to the states of only Nagaland. We believe the aspirations of the people of Nagaland needs a bigger platform, and hence this is the reason why we want to increase our footprints in this state, a very vital, important state of Nagaland. That is our national ambition also. Whenever we go to an election, we take a very comprehensive overall situation of the state. Based on that, we see and we gather how how candidates, in what aspect we have to put up candidates and things like that. It is right now too early to really discuss about how many candidates we will put up in the coming election. It is now to see that our organizational structure are in place, that when we have the candidates, these organizational structures will help assist the candidates to win the elections. So we can give you a fair idea only when we cross that bridge. The National People's Party, while we are with the NDA in the national government, but in the state, we have our own identity. In every state, we have our own identity. We have our own value system. It is the ideological जो हमारे विचार होता है, उसी को लेके हम लोग आगे बढ़ता है. And when we, after election, as the numbers comes, when we see what kind of numbers the people have given it, then we make a decision based on that. So largely pre-poll, during pre-poll elections, pre-poll understanding, right now it is not very conducive to speak about it. But as and when time comes, hopefully, if we can get the support of other parties also, if our thought process, are similar, then of course that is there. But at the same time, build your own party first. People will only आपको तवज्जो तो भी देंगे. People will only come with you if you are strong. So we need to build that strong force in the states.
I'm a 3-time MLA and now the state unit advisor. And last time we set up about 20 candidates. Coming election, we cannot say how much was set up. But I think maybe roughly a dozen candidates may come out. And we expect to have elected members, at least half a dozen in the coming election. And so far we have not discussed about an alliance with any other party. But whichever party comes majority, we will not mind having an alliance government. Right now in the northeastern region, we have the BJP and NPP alliance government in Manipur. BJP is the chief minister and deputy chief minister is by NPP. So also we have the alliance of the NPP with BJP in Nagaland state. We have also in Arunachal BJP with NPP alliance. So in northeastern states, we're supposed to, including Nagaland, we're supposed to have alliance with the government, ruling government in 4 states. But unfortunately in Nagaland, two MLAs who were elected from NPP, they have gone to another party. So excluding us, there are 3 states having alliance with the ruling government in the northeastern region. So we're hopeful that next time we'll do much better. That is what we feel.
You can see what is happening in the Manipur election as of right now, the scenario. There is the ruling BJP that is fighting the elections. And let me, take my word for it that the next party that is fighting the elections really strong, with really strong candidates in Manipur is the NPP. So we are optimistic and we hope he will get even bigger numbers of legislators in Manipur than even the ruling party. Now, this has come as a very big surprise to all the people of Manipur also, to the press also. They are also there. Suddenly, NPP really shot up. So that is how we work. We put our strategies forward. We don't really go through propaganda process. We put up a candidate, we see strategically online and this thing. And now it transpired that, in Manipur, NPP is the next biggest party after the BJP ruling government. And we are hoping that we become the largest party in Manipur. So the same thing, in Nagaland also, that is our hopes, that is our aspirations. We are now starting to work on ground, how to reach through that process as we have reached in Manipur.
I have three questions. How different is the NPP from the other parties here? That's question 1. 2. And what are the development goals of the NPP for Nagaland?
Yes.
3. Can you assure that the NPP as a party and its candidates won't use money to buy vote?
Okay, you've asked a very important and vital question. What is the agenda of the NPP? Now, let me give you an example. We have been fighting for the repeal of AFSPA, Armed Forces Special Powers Act, which recent incident you have seen in the state of Nagaland, what transpired in one district. We are fighting against the repeal of AFSPA even in Manipur. We are fighting against the repeal of AFSPA even in Arunachal, 3 districts which has AFSPA, the law is prevalent there. So, giving you that example, you can easily see we are fighting for the pan-Northeast people, their aspirations. We are fighting for them. And this is our agenda. This is how we want to take things forward. Nagaland fighting alone, sometimes it doesn't work. You need the strength of other states also to achieve certain goals. And that is our agenda. That is the biggest agenda of National People's Party. Your other questions were related to money culture. 2 of the states in the Northeast spends the biggest money in elections, whichever is number one or number two, but these two states are Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh. It is known to all the political parties, it is known to all leaders what kind of money culture prevails during election process. Now, where does that money come from? This is not any rocket science. The money comes from the coffers of the government, whether it is here, whether it is in Arunachal, whether it's anywhere. Now, until and unless you have a transparent government, until and unless people are aware of what works is going on, what is not going on, that money will be channeled to the funds and go to the people, go to the political parties, and go to the political leaders. And so, if you want to stop money culture, you have to bring in transparency. The government funds that are going on into the development of the social sectors, whether you say whether it is in building tangible uh, capital expenditure that you do, building roads, bridges, communication lines, यातायात जो बनाता है, that money and the channeling of funds has to be very transparent. Then only you can lower the exercise of money during election process. And so our aim is to provide that. If we happen to make a government in Manipur, our aim is to provide that. Our aim is to provide transparency. Our aim is to provide also, if we have some stake in the next government in Nagaland, our aim is to push forward for transparency. Transparency in all works related government schemes. Was there another question to it? The first was the regarding money culture and the main agenda. And
I mean, how different is the NPP from the other parties?
well, how different it is, I think the people must realize. In the history of Indian political history, only one party from the Northeast has become a national party, has been conferred a national party. And that is the National People's Party. None of it has happened in the past. And this is the only party that has been able to achieve this feat. And so, the people of Northeast has shown positive vibe, has shown are optimistic in the party's value system, and we want to carry those forward. And this is what differentiates us from the other parties, from the other national parties. We relate to subnationalism, assertions of your regional identity, assertion of your caste, assertion of your tribal identity, assertion of your land, assertion of your territory. So we understand the values of what the tribal people of Northeast values. And so we are very different from the other National People's Party. The other National People's Party, when they frame a policy, they have to frame it for the overall country. They have to frame it for their main support base. Our main support base is based in the Northeast. So our value system, our policies, हमारा जितना भी नीति होगा, it will be all for the benefits of the people of the Northeast region, of the people of the states of Nagaland. So that is why we are very different from the other national parties.
Right now, the reason of that being, was there any cracks in the Nagaland unit of the organization, the party? Slight cracks maybe here and there, some units,
Well, I see.
some division happening.
Well, any party, it's like a family. You have different points of views in every party. We view that in a democratic party, we should have different points of view, different verticals, different points of view. So that keeps on happening in all our states. That is there in Arunachal also, in the NPP, even in Meghalaya, where we are the ruling government. People have their own views. Party members have their own views. That keeps on happening, and that is how you churn and turn, democratic process in a political party. So this happens, but nothing really out of the ordinary in Nagaland. We have really come here to take Jaiza of the organizational structure, how we need to better the organizational structure, and if there is some grievances, also hear those grievances and make a comprehensive strategy to go ahead. Instance of example of Manipur, right? Whatever the verdict that the people of Manipur gives, we need to respect the mandate given by the people of Manipur. in whatever structure they give, whether it's a hung parliament or hung assembly, or whether it's a majority government, whatever the verdict, we have to respect that, and based on that respect, we have to make our decision for the further course of the party and also how to become a stakeholder in the next governance. So, having said that, uh, we are open to working with all like-minded parties. You know our present structure. We are supporting the NDA government in the national government headed by the Honorable Prime Minister. The current assembly, we supported the Biren Singh government, and so they were able to form a government there. And respecting the mandate of whatever the electorate feels in Manipur, tomorrow when the results comes out, next month when the results comes out, taking respect to that, we will speak with all like-minded parties, uh, depending on the numbers, and see how we can give a formidable, stable government to the people of Manipur. So that will be
Was there any discussion with the BJP, your ally BJP in Manipur, for pre-poll alliance
no, there was no
talk?
talks of any people.
And why is that when you?
Because you have to understand, we are all fighting in the same sphere. We are all fighting for the same in the same pie. Now, we feel we are strong in the valley also, parts of the hills also. We feel we are very strong. So there is no point in taking these discussions ahead because we know we are going to put up candidates where our alliance partner is also going to feel their candidate because they feel that is their gut, varchasva, dominance. They feel it is there. We feel this is where we will dominate. So we are fighting in the same sphere, in the same segments, in the same constituencies. So, so there was no case of even having a talk for pre-poll alliances, and so we went up ahead. Our national president went there and declared that no pre-poll alliance. We are not in any discussions. We are going to fight with our own identity. We are going to fight the elections, and then when the results comes out, then we'll make up decisions based on it.
The 27th, the election. And I'm very grateful to Conrad sir and James also for sending sir to strengthen the party of NPP in Nagaland. And sir is going to Manipur after this to again go and assess the stock situation in Manipur. So we are here, the NPP is here for a transformation and reformation. We are here pro-secular, pro-youth, pro-development, and pro whatever you name positive side. That's why we are here. And we have grown from strength to strength, I would say that. That's why we are the only regional party which has become a national party. We walk the talk, I would say that NPP. We walk the talk and we are here for development and we are here for the unity of one Northeast, one voice. Our slogan is that, one voice, one Northeast. And we will also support the regional party across the Northeast. Our dream is that one day all the regional party come together, the 24 MPs, and form one cluster head so that we can also demand whatever we have, the aspiration that the development of Northeast can become. So we have that kind of a thing, like when the Northeast can come together as one family, then we can demand a lot of things for development of the Northeast. It's far bygone days that we have been underdeveloped. We have not been seeing the rays of hope, but we see that under the banner of NPP, we see that tomorrow there will be surely a hope and we are going to bring a transformation. We can see the work that is being done in Arunachal, we can see the work done in Manipur and also in Manipur, where Nagaland Manipur it's immense, and I wish that one day Nagaland also will transform, reform for the glory of everybody, not for one selfish individual, but for everybody. That's why we look at NPP.
Election. If NPP comes to power,
Yeah.
if NPP is there in the ruling government, does
In
your
Nagaland, you mean?
in the
Yes,
state,
right.
in the state. So will your party fulfill the repealing of AFSPA?
See, the domain, the jurisdiction of repeal of ASPA or to keep it in place is the domain of the central government. It is their jurisdiction. But the state government plays a vital role in it. Their recommendations are very important. The government of Nagaland passed a resolution, a collective resolutions of all parties passed a resolutions of the repeal of the of this act of this state, because this act has not really given, it has not really provided any suitable sort of a better way of handling the situation that is prevailing here. In fact, it has deteriorated the situations of what is happening. You see the recent incidents. This act, this law is being here in the past 60 to 70 years. And if in the past 60 to 70 years you are not, with this law, you are not able to bring any samadhan, anything viable out of it, why keep a law that is really redundant? So our whole thing on the Northeast is to repeal. So if we play a stake in the government, we will put a full force, not just the full force of the Nagaland government, but also subsequent other governments in the states that we have a stake in, or where we play a vital role. We will take it collectively as one unit, and then meet the central government for its repeal.